My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Now we come down to the third part of this series where we are going to finish carving the rest of the emu out of cherry, and there's probably a little step we'll start to take here. We'll start to kind of go along the little head here, try to remove a little bit from the beak, just round off where it gets a little bit kind of strange and smooth here. I say just remove a little daggum wood from the little beak area and come along and say just for a little step or two we take, just kind of working along little faith in our work, and all things I say, bless the children in our name, bless the children in our deeds. I say sometimes, just sometimes, emus can be good at little game farms, and I say that as wild as they live in Australia and places like that, they can be good little game farm animals around here, and children can sure pet them. I say it's kind of neat what they can do. I tell y'all that I finally got the beak done a little ways here. Kind of got to trim a little long further to kind of take some little excess away and move along with little pieces of project in our sense to go where we all take the little things in the little ways we do them. I'll tell you all that this little bit of beak here, kinda making a way up to the row. I say with what we got here, you come down to a little emu size and just removing little areas along, make it so the head is going to be just a little bit rounder, and you just never know, anybody can take a little fascination in something like this, think about purchasing it, and it'll just kind of be a nice little thing they'll like. I say with some of my carvings, I tell you all, some of them are in Brazil now. That's a neat thing, and one of them's in Germany. And so with this little head here, that's just a little ways to kind of carry it along. I say with all the little time, efforts, little ways we take things, I come by to tell you all that it's just a time when it's going to come time to thin out a little bit on the dadgum legs here for the little dadgum emu, and put on a little bit of little fresh wood. I say kinda trim down the little legs to kind of make them so they kind of have a thin line in them to kind of get a little extra piece of work do. I tell y'all, this is just what we're coming down to having in a piece. Make it so it's going to be a nice little bird of the little Australian continent. And all the regions that are all around the area, we say, got little neat ways to go about them, I say, and kinda make our ways into the little carving. Some people think that emus look almost like ostriches, but there are some differences. I remember in my early 20s, I used to kind of go out to Western boot stores and see a lot of boots made out of ostrich skin. That was a neat little thing I saw. I tell y'all that this is just where we come along on the legs and feet and make it so it's going to be quite a ways to down the size of the little birdie. Like, I know kids, they see this stuff and all they see is a bird. They don't know what kind of bird it is, depending on how little they are and all the things they like to see. But I say when it comes down to it, we're just going to kind of trim along here, along this little area that makes the little bottom of the wing. And there's not going to be a lot of detail carving out to make the wings come in, but that's going to be kind of a little step of its own with some birds. No need to do it with this one because it's probably going to be nice enough and neat enough, just really as it is, I say, is just kind of nice little animal of creature of good little intention. I say just moving along the little scraps and chips of wood inside of it just to remove extra layers of shaving and stuff to kind of get away from all the little extra pieces of saw mark and whatnot we have, or even where I say just a little bit of something came into the little wood and come down to where we see nice little emus just making their ways into the fields of our little studies, I say, and all the birds we study about in life, all the things they mean to us, and all the things they tell us in this world of who we are, what we do, what we take. It's just kind of nice little pieces of jibber jabber that come right along, kind of take it so we can make out the tail and the wing and the face and the head to have just a little bit of a carving structure for ourselves. And when we get down to it, we're going to ease this tail out a little bit, kind of make it so it's going to have a point on the end. Try to do it so it's going to be fascinating and kind of almost realistic looking. So, of course, we're getting chips everywhere. Forgot to get my little apron on, so we're going to have some chips to sweep up here in a little bit, but for this little time we're on, just have a little thing to say and do and to tell you all every little story about as far as how a little bird gets made from just a fine little piece of wood. And all the exotic creatures I studied about as a kid, this is what they come down to being. So thank you all so much for coming on, for watching. Wish you all the best, and always, always keep in touch. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.